thanks for tuning in to Outer Avenues TV. I'm here with Pat, the owner of Java Beach Cafe. Good to see you.
You too, thank you.
So you have a location here on Sloat and then also one on the Playa, right?
Correct.
Right, so which one came first?
The one on Playa.
Okay.
Yep.
And how long have you had both of them?
I've had that, La Playa I opened up in 1993.
Okay.
March 20th, 1993.
Yeah.
27 years. And Sloat, this location, the zoo, it was October 8th, 2008.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So then you're one of the first cool small businesses to move into the Outer Sunset then? First one?
I was the first, I was the restart of the neighborhood coming back.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What connection, if any, did you have to the neighborhood when you decided to open up shop here?
Well, I grew up here. I grew up on 44th and Kirkland.
Okay.
I went to Holy Name Grammar School, St. Ignatius High School.
Right.
I actually hung out at Judah and the Great Highway. Was my hangout from when I was a teenager. So I've really been on that corner since a young teenager. There used to be tunnels that went from Judah all the way to the beach.
Yeah.
And then there would be a group of us hang out at the tunnel, and I was one of those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. And what's the most popular thing on the menu here?
Well, our coffee.
Yeah.
Our coffee is the most popular, without a doubt. We're the leader. We're the first cafe out here that we roast our own coffee. We don't get it from another company. Producer, we're in the business longer than anybody, and so really our signature is the coffee.
Okay.
Yeah, and everything else is added, but our hot sub sandwiches are really famous.
Yeah.
I mean, citywide, people know about our hot sub sandwiches.
Right, I've had them.
Yeah, and just the our salads, and new on the menu we have wraps.
Yeah.
And burritos. We just purchased a microwave from one of the, not a microwave, an oven from Starbucks, a Starbucks oven that really heats the stuff up really quick.
There you go.
And delicious and toasty. And it's quite nice how the wraps and the burritos are coming out.
Did you also do breakfast burritos?
We do.
Okay.
We do vegan, veggie, and bacon and cheese.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you personally had to eat or drink one thing from the menu every day, what would it be?
Well, it's funny because I do actually eat one thing. I eat at least two things from the menu every day, and that would be oatmeal.
Yeah.
That's my first meal, and coffee with heavy whipping cream. I always do that, and veggie burrito is the other thing I would eat. If I eat another meal, I usually eat a hot veggie sandwich.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right on.
Yeah.
And what is something on the menu that's not very popular but is really good and something that people should try, especially regulars who are down here?
Well, I think the new wraps are going to be that. We really went next level with these wraps. Matter of fact, we hired an extremely talented chef, and she came in and put together our whole new menu, and we're still working on it. We're still building it. But we're taking this opportunity during the pandemic to just rebuild and come out better than we've ever been.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna actually we're putting it together, and then we're gonna really start marketing it. But right now it's just people are coming in, tasting, and go, wow, these are really good. Yeah.
Okay, so the wraps. That's awesome.
The wraps. Yeah.
And is the menu the same at Playa and at Sloat?
It is. There's only one difference here, is we have an ice cream machine.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, that makes sense since you're right by the zoo.
Yeah. And honestly, I would put one at Judah too if I had room. I just have no more room to put an ice cream machine.
Got it.
Yeah.
And what is your favorite thing about owning a small business?
Well, there's just so many things about owning a small business that has been great. I think the most rewarding thing is that I got to play a positive part in a lot of people's lives. Being a place where it was a lot of people's first job ever, where people got to make their lifetime friends. People got married at Java Beach. There's children. We're talking 27 years. So some of the Java Beach babies are now grown-ups. Like their parents met at Java Beach. They had babies and are now 26, 25-year-old people. And that's amazing to see them come in. And I think, wow, that's great that person exists because of this whole thing at Java Beach, that they met here. So there's that type of thing. The other thing too is just my goal was to make the neighborhood a nicer place, and I wanted to, the neighborhood that I grew up in and loved, I saw it fall into pieces. The Judah location was shut down for 5 years, boarded up with a for rent sign on it for 5 years.
Wow.
Yeah. And most Judah was boarded up, for rent signs. Nobody wanted anything to do with this neighborhood. Matter of fact, when I went to open up Judah, people laughed at me. They absolutely laughed at me. They go, you're putting a coffee shop on Judah, the Great Highway. I go, yeah. And they just thought that was this craziest, stupidest idea they've ever heard.
And that's just so amazing because now having a coffee shop, on the Great Highway is a no-brainer.
Right.
Of course you want.
Right.
And one of the things that has made the Outer Avenues cool is all of the small businesses that are along Judah, Terraville, Noriega, and all that. So you actually played a part in picking the neighborhood back up. So that's really cool.
Yeah, I think not only played a part, I think we were the ones who started it. Matter of fact, we stood the ground, and I don't think a lot of the places could have even come down here or made it. But what we started was the momentum of the neighborhood being a nicer place, and we made it desirable. A lot of the places that came in probably wouldn't have lasted if we had already started to rebuild the neighborhood and the community. Right. Yeah, it wouldn't have lasted. Yeah.
That's so cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do you tend to be busier in the mornings or in the afternoon?
We're busy both.
Right.
Yeah, we're busy both in the because in the morning we have the coffee, bagels, breakfast wraps, pastries. In the afternoon we have the sandwiches, the salads, we have beer and wine and mimosas.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
it's quite a diverse menu.
It is, and it's Java. The other thing about Java Beach, what makes us different than probably even every other business around, is we're a real San Francisco location. Like when you look at Java Beach, it's real San Francisco. And what I mean by that is every type of person comes into Java Beach. It's not just one type, one age, it's everybody. And Java Beach has always been that way, and it's always fascinated people. That so I'm just glad that we stayed uniquely San Franciscan. A touch of the we have the old native San Franciscans like myself and everybody else around, but we also have all the new ones where there's no other place that has that. It's usually just new or just this type or just this age. But Java Beach is everybody.
Yeah. You've certainly cultivated a pretty cool vibe here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for your time, Pat. This has really been
welcome.
A pleasure.
Oh, it's been a pleasure too. Thank you so much.